Alright, here's another plane I haven't flown in fucking ever. But I love it. And it's my favorite plane in Aces of Thunder too. And we got the black sheep livery rocking for the Corsair. The F. What is it? The F6, F4U, F4F, 4F4, I think. Yeah, it's a beaut. Looks great in the sim too. Looks great in both sims, honestly. It looks real good. Alright, let's see if I remember how to start this fucker up. Alright, let's sit back a little bit. What do we do first here? We'll just do this. Hydraulics. Do that. And then that. Get the wings down. Microsoft Flight Sim, man. They got some details down. Alright, now we can lock the wings. Alright. Trim is that guy, trim is that guy. Right, we want to set this trim as well. I think it's like something like 1.5 or 1.7, something like that. I think, I don't know. But we'll do. Actually, you know what? We'll just do 1.0 on the dot. And, you know. Alright, we'll crack that. Propeller and 100%. Right? Yeah. Magnetos. Both. Alright, get our oil dilution on, right? I think. Master radio, toggle battery. Let's click all this shit on. Primer. Alright, that's the engine start. Turn on the generator. Alright, now we gotta spin this fucker. Spin it a couple times, right? Alright, so the coolers are on the... not the same side as... yeah, the whole instrument panel is quite different than in, whatchamacallit, Aces of Thunder. I think I got everything. Yeah, we want to do one flap as well. Oh shit. Did I fuck this up? Alright. Cool, so we got the chocks on. Just cause I was about to like take off there for a second. I'm gonna turn on my lights here. Alright. So this plane is prone to engine explosions if you overheat it. If you run this engine too hard and for too long, it'll blow up on you. You can't control the cowls. You can't control the oil radiator and the cowl radiator. Cowl flaps. If you haven't guessed by now, I like taking off into the sunset, or during sunset. Yeah, look at this thing. It's dope. We do have some extra weight on here with the bombs and all. Actually, oh yeah, we can do this. Let's pull out this map. And then we can set a loadout here. So let's take the tanks, the fuel tanks off, and set up some bombs. We'll do the rockets and ammo. That's all the gun sight shit. Alright, you can only do this when you're on the ground. So now we just changed our config. There's the rockets right there. And we got some guns that we will arm when we're in the air. Yeah, look at this thing. It's awesome. Actually, let's open up our canopy for takeoff here. I like taking off without canopy. And I'm gonna give myself a good amount of runway here to take off on. So we'll take off on the furthest end. It's just because I haven't flown this thing in fucking ever. But again, it's one of my favorite warbirds. My favorite is the P-51 in the sim, for sure. But in Aces of Thunder, this thing is my favorite plane. But I love this plane, for sure. In Microsoft Flight Sim, it is dope. Alright. Alright, we got our trim set. Whoop. This likes to nose over. This plane is super hard to land, for sure. Taking off's not that bad. Although it has a slight right wing drop, if I remember correctly. I'm going to clean off my VR lenses here. Alright, everything looks good. Yeah, it's modeled really well. Alright, I think I'm good to go. We'll do a little light surfaces control check here. Alright, you gotta remember that the air brake is the wheels, so if you hit the air brake at the wrong time, or try to put them up, oh Nelly. Alright. Yeah. I am all over the fucking place. I didn't lock my tail wheel before takeoff. Alright, we're up. Gear up. Gear up. I was like, what happened? Wow, look how cool this thing is. We'll sort of correct some trim here. I've got gotta get used to this thing. Yeah, again, in Aces of Thunder, this thing is freaking dope. Let me lay off on the whatchamacallit. Manifold pressure, maintain green line RPM here. And just make it a little brighter. Turn on all my lights. Yeah, this thing is dope. Let me raise my flaps. Alright, we'll set our mixture. Whoops, that's not my mixture. And propeller pitch is set. Alright, let's arm our guns here. And our gun sight is very similar, or almost exactly the same as the one in Aces of Thunder. Although the reflector and shit is all kind of a little different, a little bit. You only get a set amount of ammo. Alright, let's close our canopy if we're gonna be going, like, fast and shit. Alright. Let's go. You only get a set amount of ammo. You can't fire the rockets, which kind of sucks, but whatever. This game doesn't really have combat, or, you know. Although some planes do have, like, rockets you can shoot and they blow up stuff. The 145 does from Hype, that's for sure. Let's shoot rockets on that thing. Alright, let's try to trim her out a bit. Yeah, she's great. Knock 1A2. Ho 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 ho. She's pretty quiet. There's no fucking airstrip there. Not anything that a F-18 can land at anyway. Fucking noob. It's not even an airport over there. He's not flying. Let's see. He's landed at some farm. Noob. I'm going 280 knots-ish, 270, 278. Alright. Try to eke out some performance out of her. She's not the fastest, and this is how you just know how much ammo you got left. 908. And we're about 5,800 feet. Go mess with these fuckers.
Salinas Airport information golf 02000. Wind 257 at 1 tree. Visibility 9er. Sky condition. Few clouds at 1,700. Few clouds at 4,700. Few clouds at 13,700.
Who asked you anyway?
15. Dew point 1 tree. Salinas Airport information golf 02000.
I'm not asking for fucking.
Salinas Airport information golf.
Oh my god.
1 mile south of
Wind
5 Charlie
257 at
Alpha
1 tree.
5900.
Visibility
Request
9er.
flight follow.
Sky condition.
Batman 9er, NorCal approach. Squawk 2147.
Salinas Airport information
Oh my
golf.
god. Shut up. I'm gonna shut these guys up. Ugh. No, it's under sound. What am I doing? Alright. Character voices. See ya. Aircraft engines. Let's turn those way up. Aircraft miscellaneous. Cockpit. Alright. I don't know why everything was turned down like that. That's better. That sounds much better. Getting a little chug for a second there, but it's pretty damn smooth. I don't remember if I turned off smooth motion or not. I'd still probably have it on. Whee! I don't know if all my lights are on. Star-Lord. Who? Come on, man, you know, Star-Lord. Whoa. Why am I pulling so hard? Aileron trim, rudder trim. There we go. Yeehaw! Fun. Yeah, totally a fun plane to fly. Why is that guy like fucking super speeding that X-Cub? That thing does not fly that fast. Unless he's paused or some shit. And I just whiz by him. I think I gotta restart this flight. I'm gonna land her though. I wanted to check something else. I think I've got the wrong settings going. I mean, it's running okay, but it's not running as smooth as it should be. And so I need to be. I gotta reset something. But I know exactly what to do. I mean, it's running fine. but could be running much better. Alright, let's try to land this fucker. I've never landed this one real well, like a lot. It's been pretty rare. Show target, tail wheel locked. Alright, I have control over the tail wheel. I forgot I had a button down for it. So we're gonna lock it for now. And this thing is kind of a pain in the ass slow down at times. Air brakes. Just bring those down. Yeah, this thing is a lot harder to land than in Aces, for sure. Let's give her some trim. But that just looks great, doesn't it? Why my flap's not working? We're going slow enough. God damn it. I was like, why are my flaps working? I guess the flaps are fucking broken. Alright, so I blew that fucking landing, but I don't know if that was entirely my fault. Because my flaps were not dropping, and I was going slow enough to deploy my flaps, but it just wasn't doing it. Anyway, yeah, let me restart the game here. I gotta set something.